Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of an update to the Buyer's Representation Agreement for the Bluegrass Realtors. My name is John Rompf, and I'm an attorney at the law firm of White, McCann and Stewart. I've had the privilege of working with both the Forms Committee and the Board of Directors on the development of an update to the Buyer's Representation Agreement that I'm going to share with you here today. Let me begin with a disclaimer to let you know that neither this form nor the information that I'm going to provide in this presentation are intended to be legal or tax advice regarding any particular situation or real estate transaction. As always, I would encourage everyone watching this presentation to contact the appropriate professionals for any legal or tax questions they may have about the use of this form in any particular transaction or situation. With that said, I'll be walking you through the updated form and explaining the key changes that have taken place. It's really one change in this form this year, but I want to walk you through at a high level why the decision to update this form was made. The primary and first thing is to make sure that the form is compliant with best practices in the current legal environment as it relates to real estate transactions. And the second thing we wanted to do is to make sure the form is internally consistent with all the other forms that it may interact with in the forms directory for the Bluegrass Realtors. We've adjusted the exclusive right to sell agreement and the purchase and sale agreement, and we want to make sure that the buyer's representation agreement models the language found in those other documents as is appropriate. So the primary goal in updating this form is to make sure that we're legally compliant and that it matches the other forms that it interacts with within the forms directory. That said, I'd like to draw your attention to the bottom of the first page of the form in lines 34 through 43. And here we're dealing with buyer broker compensation. You'll see that one change is really in lines 42 and 43, where we've identified and added a section for buyers brokers compensation, and we've labeled it simply as other. This change will allow a buyer the opportunity to negotiate compensation with the buyer's broker or their agent as to what commission may be. And you'll notice that this is similar to the update that we made to the purchase and sale contract, as well as the exclusive right to sell agreements. We're trying to add basically an open-ended option for consumers to negotiate compensation. Again, the purpose of this is really to make us legally compliant and make sure that all of our forms remain consistent. I'd like to thank you for your time in joining this presentation, and I wish you much success this year in all of your endeavors.